Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a special Flying with Mike today. Asked to fly a short route or any route to any destination by my boss here at PanAm Virtual. That's what we're doing. We're flying for PanAm, as I just indicated. We have jumped from Honolulu to Tokyo. We're going to just fly a simple 2-hour flight over to Gimpo, South Korea. Sorry, I was going to say South Carolina. That ain't a short flight. And there is no Gimpo in South Carolina. So I hope y'all enjoy today. We are in the Felis 747. We're in the final stages of getting ready to board. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's hop up in the cockpit before we close boarding and start loading the people on board. Like I said, it's Narita, Tokyo's new international airport, Narita. You want a good history lesson? Read about this airport and then read about Kansai, a few hundred miles south. A lot of lessons learned from how Narita came to be as to how Kansai there in Osaka Bay came about. So, but anyway, we'll leave that for you as homework. Oh, I can hear people go, oh, I don't want homework on a Sunday. Well, I gave you some. All right, so let's get up in the plane and let's see what kind of damage we can do here in the skies of, wait a minute. There we go. All right, hang on a second. I'm trying to help a couple things out here. There it is. All right. So I hope your weekend has gone well. It actually has gone pretty good here in St. Louis. We've gotten some much needed rain. I know parts of the country could use what we got just to start with. And but I'm thankful we've gotten received what we received yesterday. Our dog, on the other hand, could tell that rain where to go. He's like, these thunderstorms were supposed to be gone months ago. Well, they came back. Poor dogs. You know, dogs in these weathers, just, oh, you feel for them because you know you would love to know what they hear. You know, that's the thing that always gets me. What makes it so scary to them? To some, not all. So, but anyway, it was, from what I understand from the wife while I was working, kind of, it was interesting to watch him. All right, let's pull down Sim Toolkit real quick to show off what we're flying. Route wise, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. You know what? While I'm here, stand by. I always forget this till we're about halfway in. And then remember. All right, so there you go. You can see we went where it's soggy. Along the route, at least. Here in Narita, it should start letting up. Keyword. Put that in heavy brackets. Should. um, but it also looks like more on the way. All right, for us, let's get up here to the loadout. We're going to put 264 people in and a little more cargo than you see here. We're going to put in about 30,000 pounds. So our payload will be higher. Well, actually, all our numbers here will be higher because of that. And that's a cool feature with Felis. That it has such a robust flight planner in it. And we'll show that off here in a second. But you can see the departure. I'm not even going to try to read through it. This could be an interesting departure, being I will have to fly a good majority of it till we loop back around towards Narita. We'll also display that in a minute. All right, we're going to cruise 40,000 feet. How about that? We're going to feel like a corporate jet in a big old jumbo at Mach 0.85, which, if you all were here for the last flight, was in the Citation 10 that comes with X-Plane 12. We weren't far off that. We were at 45,000 and 0.86 to 0.90, depending how I kept up with it. So not bad. All right, we are. Oh, I'm sorry. The weather. The weather is icky. And that is an official weather term. Icky. Winds are out of the north. 360 9. Now they're saying 10 greater than 9,000 or greater than 10,000 kilograms. Yeah, how about kilometers? Can we just stick to miles, feet, pounds? Wait a minute. I know. I can hear you all in the other places going, why don't you just come on board? So we'll leave it there. Light rain. We got a broken layer to punch through at 2,100 feet, another one at 2,300. It's overcast 2,700. It is a little bit chilly here. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 degrees for everyone else. Now, here's one for you over at Gimpo. Now, if you're not familiar with Gimpo, it's in Seoul, Korea. And you're all going, no, you go to Incheon there. No, this is the original in Seoul. Matter of fact, if you watch a lot of Korean War, MASH, one comes to mind, you hear a lot about Gimpo. Incheon didn't come around till, what, late 80s, early 90s? So it's kind of fun. Actually, I don't even think then, come to think of it. I know ever since I started flight simming back in 99, 2000, it was there. And it's been fun to watching it evolve these 25 years, 26, I think, total in my flight simming. So it has been here for a while, but PanAm did not fly in there. They went to the old international airport, Gimpo, which actually is not very far away from the DMZ, demilitarized zone in Korea, separating the two. But here the winds also kind of northwesterly, 320 at 9. It's clear, supposedly, and visibility okay. The temperature. Now, if you all watched MASH, you all saw they were always pretty cold up there in the fall, winter, springtime. Well, it's 44 degrees there. Now, let's be first honest. It is just after midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning time frame here. That helps to make these temperatures colder. All right, obviously it's dark. We are flying on real world weather, but we've changed the time. X-Plane allows us to fly real world weather or real world weather with the time set. Now, I found a caveat to that. That's what I started this flight with before I clicked in for it to load in the sim. It was a year ago day. So whatever was today, a year ago, is what it would display. Does that make sense? No, doesn't make sense to me either, but that's what they do. 3-2 right's the runway there, 3-4 left's the runway here. Let's get going. Again, you can see a lot of rain over Japan, very little over the Korean peninsula. Cool. All right, let's get going. Now, some caveats here. I know some of you are really wanting to see how I do what I do. In the essence of time, because I do need to get going, I have already loaded the LTN units for navigation. They're already aligned, loaded, ready to go. All I have left is a couple of checks on the center panel, and then we're going to, while we're loading people, so that way we'll be ready to go. All right. So let's head over here. I mentioned this in the beginning. first and foremost, I'm going to give the same caveat I give every flight with this plane. In the real world, now I don't know if Felis has taken it to that level or not. Once you establish ground power or APU power, not air, does not worry about the air side of the house of the APU, or what you can do on the ground too. Electrically, if you're hooked to the ground and you start the alignment, you stay on ground till you're done aligning. Then you can fire up the APU. Actually, you could in this aircraft. It's not an Airbus. It's not a McDonnell Douglas Airbus 11. It doesn't automatically connect you to electrics, but you could use the air. Okay, then you would connect it. I just start on ground power, get this thing all set, ready to go, then get the APU fired up. So once you're aligned, then you can switch to whatever power source you want. Also, and we don't usually do this in the flight sim, the plane can't be moved. Again, homework, cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. A good lesson in moving a plane while it's aligning, check out KAL, or it might be JAL 007. I think it was in the mid-80s. Horrifying, actually. Yeah, not a good result. Anyway, so once we've got that done, you can then come to INS. And now I've got it set up. These are, these are for the beacons. Okay. You come into this page, click your open flight plan, find it, load it, boom, you're done. You can also quick align, and as I had it on nearest DMEs. We're going to just keep it for now on the GPS, not going to worry about it too much. That's it. You're done there. Now let's load the plane. All right. Now, if you remember, and I have it over here to help us remember, we're putting 264 people on board. So let's start at 75%. And right here, make sure you all are seeing this because I'm seeing SimBrief. All right. So, no, you weren't. All right, so right here you see packs. Your packs count, it's 289 right now. We need to drop it by about 20 people. Sorry, off the plane you go. Goodbye. See ya. Catch the next one. All right, so we're going to just kind of work our way down the hard way. And where are we at? Okay, we're getting closer. And where are we at? We'll take those three. Okay, 264. So you saw, all you do is just hover over where it says purse. Each of those you can manipulate, go up or down, but you got to hover. You could do it anywhere in that field. All right, so we're at 264. Good, we got one number correct. Now, the rest of this will not be what you saw number-wise. Whew, excuse me, I've been having a lot of coughs here lately. All right, now, cargo. SimBrief said 13,200. PanAm said 13,200. I don't like that number. As we came out of deregulation in the 80s, cargo became golden. They could make a lot of money on cargo. Sorry. Oh, my nose. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is many of flights on these legacy airlines, Delta, American, Northwest, Continental, PanAm, RJAA, KAL, Lufthansa. You get the idea. The older airlines, we all grew up. Well, some of you never heard of some of them, but those of us that grew up on them, they didn't have to worry about cargo because the aviation industry was paying for the aircraft to build. They could literally fly a 747 from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Think about the miles there. We're talking 300 at best with 100 people on board and make money. And you're all going, what? Yeah. You all complain about today? Oh, man. What it was like back then. But the price of a ticket was $400 or $500 a head. Yes, you heard me say that. And that was if you had gone like you do today, book it about 8 months out, not on a holiday. And yeah, that's how it was. Today, cargo, well, when deregulation happened, cargo became gold. They could load their planes up and boot people off if they wanted, and have that cargo pay for the flight. And quite frankly, on many transatlantic Pacific flights, it did a good job in helping to pay for the flight. You were just profit. So what a different time it is today. So what I'm going to do is under cargo presets, click 25%. That's 30,200 if I remember right. We'll find out for sure. All right. So obviously that is 27 plus thousand, pounds added to the plane. So all those numbers for zero fuel, takeoff, landing, all of that's blown. Or is it? All right, so we come up here to destination. Let's click in our destination. Our distance to destination is, why can't I find, 700 miles. Let's call it 800 because it's actually 739 miles. You can't go, well, you could go 50. I'm going to go 800. We're going to 40,000. Put it in. Now, think about it. We're in Japan. Korea's west of us, so that's a good chance we got a headwind. Keep that in your mind on this next field. Oh, and by the way, welcome to Cross the Pond, if you will. 261 is the heading of the average wind in our flight at 95 knots. Now think about that, from anywhere in Europe to anywhere in the U.S. Woo! That just increased your flight time. So that's why I always say going east is best. Going west is, well, there is nothing for it. Just, are we there yet? Is about probably the best. 84. Let's put that for our component. Now, how you can tell you're going right if your total fuel, let's bring it back down to 0. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I just put a new driver in, and you would think on the video card that would have helped. It didn't. So we're looking for 84, but if you watch your total fuel, if it goes up, you're in the right direction. If it's going down, you're putting it in as if we got that as a 95 knot push, and the engines don't have to work as hard. All right, so let's see. Looks like it's going up to me, and we got to go up to 80. We're going to go to 90. We estimated 71,000, let's call it 72,000 pounds of fuel. We're close to that right now. We haven't factored in the alternate, which are contingency. I'll start it at 10, 30 for taxi, both here at Narita and on the ground there when added up. Alternate for today, RKTU. Where the heck is that? Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused. RJ is, I thought it was Japan. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see if FAMSys gives us a distance. I never thought to look here. Oh, but they gave us this. This will work. Maybe. RJTU is, hang on, I gotta find it. RJTU 108 miles. So let's go 50, 100, 150. Very cool. I never thought to look here at FAMSys. That's what I get. You know, they sew on the captain, shoulder board, senior captain. I don't know what my rank is. As long as I get a paycheck, whatever's on the shoulder boards, what on the shoulder boards. So, oh wait, I don't get a paycheck. So, well. Hey, Cadet 4320. I would have used X-Plane if they had cheap payware aircraft. This game's physics are much better. You know, you could say that, sir, ma'am, sir or ma'am. Their payware is just as comparable in price as any of the other sims out there, with the exception of Zebo, which is better than some of theirs, and it's free. This is, yeah, it's 70 or 80 bucks. I forget what it is, but you aren't going to, one, find it over there, and two, this is doggone unbelievable what you see here with Felis. But I appreciate your comment. Welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy the flight. And I want to study Airbus for my type rating, but 80 is real. Okay, hold on. I get it, but you pay the same on any sim. Doesn't matter who's the aircraft. So, rain, go. No. We need it to go away. Millie wants to. Shampoo flyer wants to go fly, and it's raining, I guess, where he is. All right, let's see here. So let's finish up here. So you can see now we have 86,700 pounds going into the tanks here in a minute. 264 pounds. So, all right. I told you we'd show the load sheet, and here's the weight of the people in there. Boy, they need to lose some weight. Oh, I can't speak. I can't speak. I need to also. And in the compartments, 30,200. All right, I got that right. Yes, it's still raining. Okay, go back. Now, let's click the home button, go to refuel, use the data sheet. We need a total of 86,771. Was that the number? Should be. It was. Now, here is where you can have some fun. Kind of, sort of, if you're into it. You can call the tanker and add or drain this amount to get to this amount. So you would drain or add 40,000 to this. It takes a while, folks. Welcome to real world flying. They don't fill up in a snap of a finger. Even little Cessnas take time. And if it's cold outside, it's really cold. All right, so let's just instantly put the fuel on board, and that just loaded us. Click again. Let's go to payload. Oh, my nose. Sorry about that, folks. All right, there's our people to board. There's our cargo to board result. Again, just click use load data. That'll get you to get the information. Again, we can board it real world or instant board it. I board this. Can you upgrade to first class? Sure. That seat is behind number 3 engine out on the wing. I heard you wanted, you needed some a breath of fresh air. Shampoo. All right. Let's see. And we've got the aircraft boarding. Now, the cool thing is, I kind of like it when I do this. When the cargo's done loading, the doors will actually close. Does not do the same for the boarding door. If you haven't ever noticed, the boarding door doesn't close when the last person comes on. It takes a little bit. They've got stuff they're shuttling back and forth, numbers, whatevers. And it'll close when both sides of the gate of the door are happy. So we're going to continue on, get this center panel set up and ready to go, and we're going to get ready to go. All right. Now, we're at the point where we need to do the ILS. Real quick recap. We've already, actually, the fuel is already in, so I'm going to go ahead and get us under the APU. We're already aligned. And if you didn't know this in X-Plane, when the gate, when the jet bridge comes to the plane, you have gate power now. Now, if you're out in a remote stand, no gate, you're getting air stairs, yeah, you're going to have to call it. All right, well, we don't have an air stair, but anyway, you get the point. And the APU is firing up. We'll see if we can't get this done today without losing the APU like we have here lately. And I really don't know what's been causing that. All right, we're at 100%. All right, now we are off external, or in this case, jetway power. And if you didn't know that, the jetways of today have an external power cord, and many of them now are also equipped with an air hookup. We don't have the air side in X-Plane, but we do have the jetway cord. So if your aircraft have the ability to go on external power, minus a Zibo, and I'll explain that in a minute, you can just go to you should be able to click into external power. Why I say except a Zibo? Because Zibo doesn't need the jetway at the plane immediately. When you are ready to go, you go into the EFB airside, set your load up that you've already done in SimBrief, couple quick steps. When you activate it, that's when the jetway comes. If you were to rely on jetway power from X-Plane, you wouldn't have any power. So that's why I say, with the exception of Zibo. And there could be a couple others. But as long as you're in a jetway gate that works and it connects, you'll get connected with ground power. It works on this plane. Let's just put it that way. All right, so we got the APU up and running on the gens. Bleed coming on. Packs. And we have already done all of our tests. Hydraulics on. There we go. Electric pump only. All of our tests. Basically, if it says test, test it. If you're going to run the checklist. If you're not, do your best. Because there are some steps you need to do to get the plane ready to go. Okay, we're all loaded here. All right. Now, I am actually going to go to the checklist page. For your sake, I'm not going to run it because it takes time. but I am going to do the checks required here. What you got to do is what's called an up left, down right check. What you're doing is checking the VORs to make sure they're reading the sensitivities. Basically, the ILS is the best way, because when you're on the ILS, you have the localizers, the latitude or longitudinally look to it, telling you how you're lining up with the center line, glide slope, how you're lining up with the path for descent. You can check that in this plane. I haven't seen this in any other plane, so that's kind of cool. Okay. Good. And then we'll set this to that. Actually, what was Narita? Bear with me. 117.9. We'll just go ahead and put that there. I have to put this in because we're going to be flying with this a lot. So, in the initial climb out. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, flight director check. Looks good. Off on the autopilot. All right, course 337. We'll set that now. Not required, by the way. Same with the heading. Okay, and we'll set the altitude to below 7. There we go. Vertical speed 0 off, and our altitude hold and select is off. Over on the co-pilot side works 50, and we also do a check over there in case he wants to fly and do the landing. All right, everything checked out good. All right, here we go. Okay, times look good, set, and that's good. Test, good. If you don't mind, I'm going to do that one more time. Okay, that's good. All right, coming through. You'll only hear that audible on the pilot side. Or on, I've never tried it starting on the co-pilot side. Okay, let's get in here in the middle now. Okay, we'll reset the maximum. Now this one, you've heard the altitude alert test. You just got to run it down. Okay, that all worked good. Again, we'll take it back up to 7. I forgot about that check. We never hear, this is something you never hear on Flying with Mike.
Pull up, glide slope, glide slope. Pull up, glide slope, glide slope.
Yeah, we do. All right, rudder ratios, just a light that lights up right above probe heat. And 3 green and the gear lever down. No, it's 1 light. That's kind of ambiguous when you think about it. The gear with 5 struts that come down. Okay, and then push to test, push to test. One more time, looks good. And then over here, to prove the point, you will not hear the announcement. See? All right, we're gonna, the radars were already spooled up. We'll set them to 50. And coming across, that's letting you know, telling you the airplane's not ready for takeoff, Captain. Check something. All right, spoilers are down, flaps are up. We'll verify with gauges, flaps up and up. Inner and outer flaps. Finishing up down here. We're on X-bound. Our radios are set. We're on standby with the radar. And by the way, with it on standby, we are not emitting on the paddle up front, the radar. People inside are probably very appreciative of that. All right, that means we're ready to go. Let's see how the people are doing. They're probably already on. All the stragglers are on. 264 people, 30,200 pounds of cargo. As promised, automatically lowered the doors. APU is running. All right, as promised, here comes the departure brief. Compliments of Navigraph charts. All right, over here on the left, you can see the quick basics of our flight. 34 left, there's the weather. Now, here in Tokyo and the rest of the world, if VATSIM has a controller who's putting an ATIS out, we'll have that. Otherwise, we don't get it like we do in the States. In the States, DATIS is on a website that we can easily access and see. Now, it probably is that way with other airports. No one's ever told me how to, other than maybe through something like 4Flight or who knows. So for now, we don't have an ATIS, which tells me I should have been connected. Doggone it. Hang on. What did I do? Okay. PAA 11. Because somebody could be in my spot right now. Let me double check that. All right, nobody appears to be here. Oh wait, they're way over on the other side. Connect. Now, the way you can do this, and I highly recommend this, it gets from being people getting irate with you. You can zoom in, even on charts here. Hang on. And you can see your spot. And if you turn on multiplayer, or whatever this is, networks, not only are you going to find out if ATC is there, but look, there's an airplane here as well on the other side of the airfield, and I think he just signed off. All right. So it again tells you if anyone's in your spot. It's very annoying, people getting in your... But to me, they're going to be like, why is the airplane moving? Because you didn't check. All right, so plan of the day, push back, face south, taxi down. And again, look at this. I can figure it out. What taxiway is that? Bravo. Mike. I think that'll be Alpha. No, Whiskey. I don't know this one, or if that continues Mike or not. Anyway, to the end, and away we go. Now, here's where it gets fun. Captain Mikey here is going to have to fly off heading 337 at distance 6, turn, and be above 3,000 feet to a heading of 100. We're not tracking to anything. This is the old style conventional departures. At 036 off of Narita, guess what? We make our turn to 160. And we need to be between 4,000 and 7,000. Now, that all sounds great. On this flight, that shouldn't be a problem. If we were going to say, trying to think, Delhi in India, or Singapore, or possibly even down under in Sydney, we will be climbing very slow because we're very heavy. So getting to 4,000 feet and 3,000 shouldn't be a problem. Getting it up to 7 can if you're following everything like you're supposed to. Anyway, we'll take 160, intercept the 283 radial into Narita, and then come out direct Tetra. Now, once we get into this area, I may just go direct Narita, and we'll show you that here on the flight plan in a minute, and then pick up Tetra, and then head out towards NPAR. Once we're at NPAR, see how this looks. We'll then head out on course. Nixus, Tepix, and then following airways pretty much through the middle of the country. Over here too, and then we'll have to load in our arrival en route, which we got 2 hours. We should have plenty of time. We'll get into it pretty quick though. I don't like having to fumble with that. All right. Well, it looks like someone is coming in. Can't tell. Interesting. On the other runway. All right. So anyway, that is our game plan for today. For now, I'm going to bring up the taxi chart. Is that Alpha? It gets kind of fun to try to figure them out looking at them this way. All right, so here we go. Let's get rid of charts. Now, let's go back and look and make sure we've got everything completed. Okay, gears down locked, radios checked, flight control on, hydraulic power, everything, emergency lights. INS switches on radio, radars are on. Standby, indicator lights all checked. Stall warning check, Mach warning checked, auto brakes. Let's double check in the off position.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
Okay, and autopilot flight director checked, takeoff warning checked, GPWS checked. Everything else looks good. Stabilizer trim looks good. Okay, next one is for the all-important flight engineer. You find that may be comical, but this is the guy or gal, probably guy when this plane flew. Did a lot of work. Not only making it comfortable for you all. Oh, I just noticed something I forgot. Two things I forgot. Indicator light check. Okay. All right. Now, let's get up here again, going through here, we're on. Okay, we're going to go ahead, close the main door. And if we did everything right...
Ground power disconnected.
We're still on power. Oh, this knows. All right, everything looks good. Okay, flight engineers panel. And before, and yes, I've gotten this comment many a time, we didn't have those kinds of tablets back then. You're right. Welcome to the 21st century. By the way, I can toggle it where it's not there. Okay, EPU's on, aux power set. You know what? I wonder if that's what's been giving us all the trouble. Aux power, good. Okay. Fuel quantities checked, set. We're ready to go.
Cabin crew, arm slides.
All doors are closed and armed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chief flight attendant, and on behalf of our captain and the entire crew, I wish you welcome on board. Please take your seats and fasten your seatbelt. Also make sure that your tray table has been stowed away and the back of your seat is in the upright position.
All right, hang on a second. I'm getting a new Pegasus in here. That's the ACAR system for virtual PanAm. Bear with me, and I also fired it up wrong.
Insert the metal fittings one into the other and tighten.
Hey, welcome in, Pratt PT6. Thank you for the applause.
While in your seat. If you are seated next to the emergency exit, please read the
There we go.
instructions on the safety on board card. You will find it in the seat pocket in front of you. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask the flight attendant to receive you. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft.
All right, Narita, Gimpo.
The exit may be behind you.
All right, just getting that started. Okay, we're good.
Lighting will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide, which may also be detached and used as a raft. In the event of a decompression, oxygen mask will appear automatically in front of you.
Let's do it.
Pull the mask towards you.
Now we'll turn the beacon on.
Adjust the headband and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are struggling with children or someone who requires assistance, please secure your own mask first before helping others. Keep your mask on until a crew member and
If you don't mind, I'm going to look at it. EPR computer to go around.
lean forward.
Okay.
Top of your head and your elbows
Air conditioning set, fire, passenger, good, good, and good. All right. Only thing I do want to do is kill the packs.
When instructed, open the plastic bag and remove the vest. Slip your head through the opening, fasten the strap around your back, and attach it in front.
You ready? Here we go, folks.
Opening, inflate your life vest by pulling the red tag. More air can be added by blowing into the
Yeah, Narita traffic, Clipper 1-1, pushing back, stand 4-1 for 3-4 left.
Set in airplane mode during flight until further notice upon arrival. Please let me remind you that this
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Narita traffic on Nippon 847.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Runway 34 right.
we wish you all a pleasant flight.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Cleared to connect, face us south. Okay, fuel pumps are
Chocks
on,
removed.
packs are off, chocks are out. We're ready to go.
Hello everyone, this is Sarlux 821 via taxi Bravo Kilo and continue Echo 2.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, here we go. love this new ACAR system. It's a shame y'all can't hear this. It puts music out, and I have to figure out if I can do that, let y'all hear it.
Ready to start the engines.
Ready for engine start.
Starting engine 3.
Start valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off.
I love that in the announcements.
Engine
Leave all
stabilized.
luggage behind if we inflate the slides. Yeah, right.
Starting engine 4.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Operation complete.
Starter off.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Engine stabilized.
Starting engine 1.
Starter valve open.
Narita traffic on Nippon 8475 line up and take off, runway 34 right.
20%, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off.
Tow is disconnected
Engine
and bypass
stabilized.
pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Starting engine 2.
Starter valve open. %, and 2.
Fuel on. Light up.
Starter off. Engine stabilized.
All right, let's get over here, get those generators up and running before something happens. Okay, and we'll go ahead, kill the bleed. All right, and we are on the gens, correct? We'll find out. All right, We've just got a few things to check. That was cool. Looks like it was for PanAm too. That was even better. Okay, after start, flight recorders are on, start switches off. All right, starter valve closed. Beacons, yes. Start levers, idle detent. Let's make sure they are. I'm going to go ahead and turn the radar on. Electrical panel, double check. Pack valves opened. Fuel set and ready. And hydraulics to auto. Door warning lights out. Let's get ready. Okay, let's do that real quick. You know, one thing we forgot to do in the gate was here. Go flaps 20, wet runway. We get some quick information up here. We're on a 13,000 foot runway. Airport sits 100, 200 feet. Let's call it 100. 340. Temperature 15. Okay. Barometric pressure 3009. Wind 320 at 5. Okay, 108, 125, 141 for our speed, 3.0 for the trim, 16 and 301. Okay, so let's get that set. Okay, we'll set it there. And looking at about 6,500 feet of runway. What triggered me there? Okay, pack valves, flight recorder. Here we go. Flaps, oh, flaps, that's what it was. 1, 2, 3.
Flaps 10. Flaps 20.
Okay, and last but not least, flaps are set, stave set to green band, and it is. Yaw dampers probe heat, that's what we're forgetting. APU fuel heat. Narita traffic, Clipper 1-1 heavy, taxi to 3-4 left.
Parking brake released.
Cabin ready.
Now we'll play like I planned. We're gonna go through and pick up. I think it's Mike all the way to the end. Mike or Hotel. All right. Yeah, it's not an airplane that you can just, well, you can just load engines running and go, but you're gonna do it, you know, I do it to as best I can how it would be. It takes about an hour to get the plane ready to go. Just so you know, including, especially if you do this all by hand and don't take the automated way. Like I said, we still have the approach to put in. So you'll get to see how to do that, which is basically the same way for that I did for the departure. Well, actually, no, because I'll try to explain it when we get to that point, but let's get underway here first. All right. Okay, quick recap. 337 on departure will be our heading at DME 6. We will turn to heading 100. Fly that to, once we pass course 36 off of Narita, we'll then turn to 160 and then proceed to intercept 283 or thereabouts. Like I briefed, we may just go direct and come into Narita and get on course to Tetra, out to Empire. All right, y'all ready? Let's look over here at our checks. Okay, flaps are set, stape trim set, flight controls, we'll double check. I like to double check. Okay, here we go. And Narita traffic clipper 11 heavy departing 34 left, Sakura 5 departure. Okay, here we go.
Stabilized. Thrust set.
knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Gears up. Flaps 10. Flaps 5. Flaps 1. Flaps up. 10,000 to level off.
Well, we're not doing well in staying on course or speed control. However, once we okay, we're airborne. And I am going to now set $10,000. Yeah, we ended up about 10 miles out instead of about 8. So, and that could just very well be because of the aircraft. All right, let's go back to vertical speed. And we're going to dial up 301. Verify. Okay, verified. And next page. Okay, we are on our way. Bear with me as we check for our... Oh, we need to lower. That's what we need to do. Did this last time. Again, forgot to check that. Doggone it. What it was is the mode select was still in manual. So one thing I want to caution everyone here on. When you land, how your plane is set up is how it will be when you pick it up. So be ready for that. What I'm doing is just resetting our panel so we can see it better. We are now over Narita and headed on out. And as soon as we get up to our cursor there, we'll go back into IAS climb, where it just holds the speed by the pitch. And then on we go. 40,000 is where we're headed. All right, hope you enjoyed. That took a little bit. Did the same thing again on this flight as we did the last one and forgot to move that mode selector to auto. Hence why I like to run that checklist, but I went through it so fast I missed it. So anyway, we're on our way. I hope you all enjoy. We got about a 2-hour flight, actually less than, as we climb up. Oh, and we've crossed 13,000. So go to standard here. And here. Okay. And everything appears to be back to normal as we climb out. I'm glad you all are here. Spaceman, what do you think of the audio? I love it, man. Did you put that in there, Spaceman? Because that's awesome. That is great. Now, I have to figure out, and maybe Duluth might have already if he's done his, cut up an A10. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out how to get that to play in the background on the stream, and it's not right now, so I'll have to monkey around with it and see what I'm doing wrong. But that was pretty cool. Like I said, when I first flew it with American Virtual, I was trying to figure out what the heck is all this music. I'm glad you got a safety one for us. That's awesome. That is awesome. This is pretty good. Oh, TWA will get its own. And it's able to customize that way? I didn't know that. Depending on I thought it would just be for everybody, you know, under the airline. Wow, that is awesome. This FAMSys 2, I'm starting to like. I'll let you know what I think of the stabilized approach thing that Virtual American is talking about implementing here in a few weeks. Ooh, that one could get brutal on us. Something like no more than 2,000 feet a minute. I forget to what altitude, and no more than 1,000 feet per minute. Oh yeah, unless you go around, then you get gigged points or whatever. So yeah, I'm waiting to see how that plays out. How many they might lose. Or people may. Will do. Glad, I'm kind of glad well, I didn't find this. Unfortunately, the system made us. But yeah, I just wanted to give you the heads up on it. And seeing you've flown a couple flights, you were coming into Tokyo if I noticed right, or still are. Now, Spaceman 634, who I've just been kind of talking while he texts, yeah, that was rough. He was flying the 707-300 in the other sim. There is rumor Nimbus is coming out with one, and I may have to try that out. I have the 707-120. I have some troubles with it. I'm going to have to try it again because those may have been fixed. Aviation with RB. Hey, welcome aboard. First time chat. So, but anyway, we're climbing. I'm not sure when we're going to bust out of the clouds. ILS into Haneda was pretty rough. It is one of my favorite. I end up defaulting to Airbus more than I do this, but I really love flying this plane. And it feels like I got to kick the rust off me all the time, even if it's only been a week or two, because it's just that much to it. But welcome in. If you aviation with, oh, okay, I got you, with RB. Trying to figure out your handle there here in Twitch. So I got it. And if you haven't noticed, folks, as we're taking the flight, gives you an adrenaline rush. Well, you know, you are doing the part of 3 up in the front instead of 2 or I'm sorry, you're playing the part as one person, the part of 3. So, and if you don't know what I mean here, your captain's on this side, your first officer here, their primary is fly the plane, while the guy behind them is who I've been talking about, the flight engineer. His job is basically almost everything else. Now, the one thing I caught in a video once that I really liked. Hang on, let me see if I can show this off. All right. When you have the CDUs, control data units, One video called this one the captain's. Makes sense. Captain's side. First officers side. Would have never guessed, but it makes sense. The flight engineers. Huh. I don't know if he actually does anything with it or not, but yeah, it was kind of interesting to hear it put out that way. Not a real fan of the auto throttle. Okay. I don't mind it too much. My problem is I'm still, you know, I've been flying this nearly a year and I still feel like a rookie at it. And but from here on, I should be fairly decent. Now, I'm not guaranteeing anything on this landing, folks. We'll do our best because it's clear skies. You know, I'm sorry. So, you give me clouds or stuff like that, it gets better. As long as I'm daytime, I'm not bad. Nighttime, I don't know. It's just, I'd love to get back in a real plane and try a night landing and see if the same things that happened to me here happen there. Why does that keep varying like that? That's weird. I'm going to just turn them all the way up. Well, looky there. We actually have weather on the radar. That's pretty cool. Oh, we're actually above it too now. 32,000 broke out. All right. Flaps are up. Yeah, once I get this thing into cruise, we'll be in a position where we can load the final waypoints into Gimpo. Oh, my nose is just driving me bonkers today. We just had a huge weather shift here. Temperature-wise, not so much, but we just had the first really decent rains in probably 2 or 3 months. Now, I know I said that a couple days ago, maybe a week or two ago. This was an all-out decent, I mean, we had thunderstorms, which aren't the best for coming out of a drought, a little bit of a drought like we were in. But we also had some pretty good soaking in that as well. So hang on a second here. So my nose, and of course, once you get that rain with everything else that's out there, the allergies, all of that just go through the roof. On top of mold, everything else that's been building up. And that's what's getting me right now. So, but I'm just glad to be able to get a flight in today. Things changed slightly in my, day to allow this. Plus, I promised Spaceman a flight, even though I had to jump seat to Narita. But hey, we gotta see what we gotta see. Hey, welcome in, OG.
I figured it was shorter than original Godspeed, so.
You've been this for a couple of months. You do know that, right?
People tend to forget.
Oh, okay. So, what is going on with you, OG? We have Spaceman. Well, he was in the house. I don't know if he still is. He may have gone to bed.
Nothing really. I mean, I tried to paint a plane yesterday, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Takes time. Putting the layers into it and all. I remember when I painted my first one like 20 years ago. That's why I gave up. When the license I couldn't afford ended, done. But yeah, it was all about the layering and getting them to mesh in right. And I forget the words and all to that.
I actually found an 220 yesterday.
Found an 820?
Yeah.
Oh, a 220. Oh.
A220 300.
There's a couple. Go ahead.
Erica.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a couple of people working on making us one.
And I was actually able to download it. It looked pretty good. I just never flew it.
The ones I've ever downloaded were just either they weren't flyable yet. So you found one flyable, huh?
I mean, I started it. I didn't actually fly it yesterday.
Cool. That is cool.
The cockpit looked good. I mean, like these.
It shouldn't be much different than the well, let me rephrase that. Shouldn't be much different than the A320.
It definitely looks better than the A320. Somewhat in the cockpit.
I'll bet it looks a lot closer to an A350 since they're kind of same generation type aircrafts, even though one's super long range, one's somewhat more regional. All right, I need to dial this down. All right, let me take a look at my fuel tanks. How are they holding out? Pretty good.
I did a flight yesterday from like Charlotte to like Los Angeles.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is.
Long hauling it, are you?
Yeah, with an A321.
Nice.
I did that flight for a Millennium.
It's a shame. It looks like, yeah, I didn't see you on the list for PanAm. Boy, this 8-car system is just really cool what we got now.
Is there a way that I could get back on there?
I don't know. Spaceman, can he? Sorry about that, folks. Oh, this cough. What? We have a pilot asking, oh, you can't hear the other guy? What? The airplane is not that loud where I am.
Must have me unmuted again.
No, you're not muted. Got a pilot from PanAm Virtual who wants to come back on.
1,000 to level off.
Should he just apply? Oh, we're about to level off. Hang on. I gotta
Tell
make
him
sure.
there was a guy that was having issues at the beginning of the start.
He said yes.
He'll remember me.
He said yes. And if you're still having troubles,
no, I fixed it. Remember?
He knows who. All right, as we level off here, I gotta set my mock
so
here.
I just gotta reapply.
Yep, reapply.
I don't even think I have the link saved. Can you send it to me, or somebody send it to me?
Are you on the stream?
Yes.
Hang on.
Oh, so you say he's going to take care of it? Okay.
There you go if you need it. Okay, I'm just waiting to get back up to 0.85. Guess right there. Let's go 6.5. I do
just
want to talk
reinstalled
about
one.
PanAm here in a minute. Let me get things set up here.
I want to talk about Saitek. Well, both of you were in here.
I would love to go into Saitek, but I don't have a viable scenery. Unless I fly 1960s. Which he'll like.
So does that mean that you gotta fly in that airport in black and white? There's Spike coming back.
Oh, sorry about that. I had a huge coughing spell. Yeah, I know the other sim does. By the way, Spaceman, I'm getting the @cruise announcement.
I don't even know what I did. I literally went to go to like create an account, right? And it was like all your applications under review.
Is that what it says?
Like after I clicked the create account.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah,
Bear with me a second here. I'm waiting for it to catch speed up here. Okay, we're in Mach. Let me check over here. We're level.
Does both of them have it, or just 2024?
Couldn't tell you. I would
Yeah,
assume they both do. But yeah, that I don't fly it, so I'm not gonna speak to it.
I got them both on computer, but I've been having troubles.
I have none of them, so I have no troubles with them.
But X-Main's still going to be my main fight source. I mean, if I gotta log in on Microsoft just to fly this Saitek, I mean, I'll do it.
Well, I'm going. I can't go into the airline easily. Yes, I can.
Because I got the Phoenix. That works in 2024, so.
Yeah, I don't see. Where's my pilot list? There it is.
Oh, you said I should be approved. Okay. Pegasus V2, is that the newest one?
That is the newest one, and I just got the cruise commercial, if you will. That's what it seemed like to me. But like with American, it's cool that you can set those all up. That is so cool. All right, folks, first off, we're in cruise. And our speed is trying to hammer itself out. Hang on. I know I'm higher than probably I should be, but hang on a second. What is... Check my Discord. Give me a second. Elcott. Okay. I don't want that. There was what I want. Okay. Check my Discord. Checking, and rechecking. Oh, there's 2 messages from you. Very cool.
Well, I thought I was downloading it. Why is it not down?
Is it done already?
I didn't even see it. Like, you know how it asks you, like, where do you want to save it to?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it didn't ask me that.
Mine goes straight to downloads. Very nice, Mr. Spaceman, with your 707. I love looking at other people's Discords. All right, so we are on our way. We're seeming to stabilize here. Did you find it, by the way, there, OG?
I didn't, like, when I'm under resources, right? Like,
Yeah, you go to resources. You're logged in, right?
yeah.
Resources, Pegasus.
Yeah, A-Cars.
And it's hard to read. Yes, I know, but whichever one you want, just click the download link. If you're on a computer like most of us, Windows 64. But if you're on the one I want to be, Apple's, then you got to look for which one you want.
I mean, I see, like, Pegasus V1 Sunset.
Do what?
Yeah, that's, like, on top of the list.
Okay, scroll down. You'll see requirements, additional, and download links.
I don't see that.
Wait a minute. I don't see the sunset message here.
Oh, you don't? It says, like, it
Upper
says priority.
right-hand corner. What does it have?
Notems.
Hang on a second. Let me bounce back.
That's far left.
Upper right corner. Should see PanAm in your name.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. When I go to Pegasus A-Cars, I do not see anything about a sunset message. It says, what is Pegasus? Do not rewind. Do not start recording before your sim fully loads. Then it gets kind of tough to read because of the dark gray and the light gray. And then download links. You got Pegasus on the Pegasus A-Cars page.
Well, I must be doing something wrong then. Hold on. Give me
Hang on, I'm going to have you, let me get back to where I need to be. Where the heck is my flight? Oh, there we go. Might have you share your screen in Discord.
Already shared.
Live. What are you on? Okay, so you click resources. Pegasus. Okay, first off, acknowledge the sunset. So, must read. That's why I don't see it. Acknowledge. I don't think you have any more. Click the unread and acknowledge it if you have to. It looks like you don't. I don't see where you would do any. Okay, you're good. Now try Pegasus. Come down to resources. There you go.
Okay.
And then go from there.
I gotta acknowledge everything first before I guess.
Yeah, that's one thing BAMSys does just because. I don't know. All right, speaking of flights, let me get back to mine because we have some things still to do. We are, oh good, an hour and 12 minutes out. That gives us a few little bit of work here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up charts one more time so you get an idea where we are, kind of coming through the main island of Japan. Okay, we're going to come in on the, hang on, Carb to Tango arrival, Carbo. So we're going to come in well, first off, let's double check the weather. It looks good for 32s. 320 at 11. Oh, they're even making it harder. They're going to put the wind right down the runway. Jeez. At 11. Oh, man. All right, before we get to the star, let's select our approach. Now, with the LTN navigation system, you technically can fly our nav approaches because you have the ability to put things in. You could put VORs in. You could put fixes in, you know, the 5-character fixes, like we had Tetra and so forth. You can also put in, and I was going to do this, but I don't remember formatting, but you can do radials off of VOR or NDB, or even a fix, I've been heard, with the DME and all. So pretty much everything you could do in an FMC, with a couple of exceptions. You cannot put a SID, standard instrument departure name, in, or a STAR, standard arrival terminal, standard terminal arrival route name, and expect those fixes to fill in. It won't take. So that's why you got to go fix by fix by fix. It's kind of, think of it this way. You went from coordinates, lat-long coordinates only for SIVA, to what we can do in the FMCs today, where we can do all of that stuff. We're in the middle of that. We're getting better. If you look at it in history, we're getting better to where the pilots don't have to, oh my God, I missed the point by 1. That can be devastating on a long haul flight. So we're getting better at it. So if we wanted to fly an RNAV, we could. And that's how you can. So yes, you can put that in your aircraft's string that, yeah, you can do an RNAV. So we're going to do the ILS. Let's just keep it simple. And we're going to do it from, let's take a look at it real quick. I think Bumsy. Let me double check here. Hang on. Yeah, Bumsy. Okay. So we'll just come up here, add that to the route. And as you can see, we're going to come off Carbu and fly a partial arc, if you will, to in. And yes, that KT-033 we can put in. All right. So let's look at it again. First off, let's make sure, one, we're allowed to fly it. There are times SimBrief will put them in. It's for turboprops, or vice versa. You're flying a turboprop. It's only for jets. Big difference. So let's take a look here. Warning, everything looks good. I don't see any of that. Okay, so we're going to go Carbu. Oh, the other thing you can't do here is put in altitude restrictions. You, the pilot, have to do that. That's that thing they say you got to do, that pilot thing. All right, so how do we put this in? Carbu to Agaba, KT-03 to Bumsy. We'll do it right now. Hopefully, easily enough. And then the other step we'll have to do then, copy from the captain's CTU to the other two. We'll show you that too. All right, so let's get back over here. Make sure we're on. Okay.
Is this got to be running that in administration mode?
No, do not run them in administration. That's one of the big changes. Okay, so I didn't want to do that. Okay, well, dang it. Okay, let's do this. K-A, oh crap, where's R? There it is. B-U. Nope. Okay. Oh wait, that's already in there. Clear, 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 clear. Egoba. E. G. O. B. A. Enter. KT-003. Whoops. All right, KT-033 is in. Now we go to Bumsy right here, above 8,000. We can't do the above 8,000, but we can sure put it in. Enter. B. U. Where's the M? S. I. Enter. Now, if you wanted to, you could load up all these fixes. Okay, what's going on? Why are my engines dialing back again? Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm just going to rely on the localizer. How far out are we at Bumsy? I really hate it when it makes you have to add it all. I tell you. So we're 7, 8, 12, 3. Uh, 15.9, 17.5, 18.8, roughly 23 miles out. Yeah, we'll just rely on it. So RKSS, enter. All right. The last thing to know about this the LTNs, you can put in 98 fixes versus 9 in SIVA. That really helps on the ultra long across the land flights from like Gimpo to Dubai or somewhere in the Ukraine or something like that, because there could be an enormous amount of fixes, and that really helps. 9 at a time is rough, because once you hit 9, then you put your next set in and so forth. Oh, it's just so hard with SIVA. Don't get me wrong, when you're flying in areas with sparse VOR ADFs in the real world, yeah. But I'm going to tell you a little quick story. My dad was a Air Force navigator, C-141s in the Vietnam conflict, Vietnam War, be honest. And they flew C-141s from California in theater. There wasn't all of this technology we have today. I'm not even sure he had INS in the beginning. He might have. He actually had to look at stars and look at all of that to get the plane from there to its next place. And he did it. Amazing to me. Very amazing. But then again, it's no different than those ship captains, navigators, doing the same thing with the old tall ships, you know, shooting stars to figure out where they are. It's just, that is a skill that's just unimaginable to me. And so, just amazes me to this day still. All right. Then he got INS and all of this fun stuff, and yeah. It began to slowly, as they did get some of the FMC features, kind of got rid of their jobs. All right. Now, I told you, we're going to have to take all that new data and put it in these two over here. How do we do that? Go to remote. You have to be in alpha or numeric. You want to be in numeric. Click remote. We're the master here. Okay. Enter. Over here, same thing. Except here, we're the slave. Enter. And as you can guess, we're going to do the same thing down here. Enter. Now, we come back to the master one, which is the pilot or the captains. And we're going to click enter. And it's going to transfer, I believe it was 32 we had. Stop complaining about the SIVA, spaceman. It's a pain in the rump. Let's be honest, folks. It's 9 fixes. There was a version of the SIVA that came out and I don't know, it was flight sim, so you can't 100% know if it was real, where you could put 9 in on the captains, 9 in on the first officer, 9 in on the flight engineer. But ultimately, the system was made to only put 9 coordinates in, lat long. You would fly the SID or the star, and then join the first coordinate you had set up. It was not an easy system to use. But like I said, the navigators of the day, the pilots, you know, you miss one little part, you could. That's why I always kind of joke and say, the pretty boys are up there doing their little parade waves, hoping they get to the right airport. Because they accidentally just off by 0.1, it could be trouble. All right, so it says it's complete. Let's go back to waypoint on each one. Whoop. All right, now I'm going to come back up here to the pilots. Oh, the sun is killing me. Let's just go enter, because I think that's where we are. Looks like it. Didn't change. And then down here, same thing, OV. Elcott. Okay, and there we go. So we are theoretically lined up for the approach into Gimpo. The only thing we have to determine now is our top of descent. What I do is take my current altitude, 40,000, just drop the last 3 zeros, 40.0, okay? And then looking at our arrival, Carbu was, okay, Egub was 12,000, so 40 minus 12. Lost my $1 million calculator here. Yeah, believe that one. 40 minus 12, 28 times 3, about 84 miles. We're going to do it at about 100 miles from Egoba. So, and then we'll get down to 12,000, then we'll get down to 8 and should be on the ILS. Now, one other thing we should have been doing, because I'm pretty sure, no, we are not in line with that. We're not 70 miles from Tokyo. But we are way off course. What the heck? I know why. Right here. Okay, so we need to come in here and go direct XZE. All right, and all right.
How to fly?
Do what?
Said is see if I remember. See if I remember how to fly a 738.
Hang on a second. I just found out we were off course.
Again?
Nope, just got us going in the right direction. That is so funny.
Sometimes it doesn't like a waypoint. It sets you off to a different direction.
I don't think that's what happened here. I think with that update and all, it got itself. I'm going to go check a couple more things. Hang on. Because I want to make sure they loaded. Whoa. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay. Okay. Everything, we're 395 miles from the airport.
I wish you could update the 738 from Skunk Crafts.
Why? All you gotta do is just download it and then copy paste.
I know, but I mean, it seems like.
XZE, right? Yep, okay. Okay, there we go. And again, we're not worried about updating on this one. We're going to get into that more here soon. We're still tinkering around here, making sure we stayed on course. And I think we threw ourselves off course inadvertently. So, all right, time-wise, looking good. 53 minutes out. And there you go, folks. Always kind of, they didn't have all this neat stuff we have on the screens here to help us know, are we on course or not? Yeah. So it's kind of nice what we have versus what they had. So all right, so we are on our way. Radar should be showing pretty clear. Actually, I'm going to tilt it down a little. Okay, we're in cruise. Mach hold down 2. Okay.
Heading to St. Louis,
Going to St. Louis from where?
Seattle.
Nice. TWA?
Yep.
Cool. And you got 8 cars downloaded?
Yep.
Oh, you'll like the flight. Let me see. If Spaceman is still out there, I do have a question. I'm going to send it to you in chat. Oh, wait.
Does this automatically start up?
What do you mean? You got it fired up and your airplane's fired up?
I do have it fired up, but I'm like getting into the X-Plane Seattle right now.
I'd wait till you have the airplane fired up and not fired up meaning pushback engines running. At least have the airplane in the gate, and then once you get there, all you got to do is it'll come up, show your booked flight, and then click next. And I think it's start. I can't remember. I'm too far past that.
Man, I wish these arrow keys were faster in the cockpit.
Do what?
These,
What arrow keys?
arrow keys on your keyboard. Like when you're setting up views and stuff, I wish they were faster.
Oh, well, you can always use the shift key and it'll really move. Shift and up and down, left and right.
Really?
Yeah. Shift and control. Shift for fast, control for slow. And folks, my apologies for being quiet. Was conversing in Discord here with the boss, Mr. 634 Spaceman, who is the CEO of PanAm Virtual. You know, I meant to talk about this. Got sidetracked in a million different ways. If you're looking for an airline, and we do use the VAMSys system, and what is that? It's the VA. Oh, what's it all stand for? VAMSYS system. It's the power to our website. That system uses a ACARS system called Pegasus. Can be set up to be very realistic. But anyway, we also can fly PanAm in the 1960s schedule loaded in there for the 707s. I think we have some DC-6 routes, and I noticed we didn't have any DC-3 routes. But if we do, I was in the wrong location looking for it. We also have the 1980s, 1985 to be specific, for the 747s and 727s. Pretty much the only things available right now. There may be a DC-8 coming soon to X-Plane, and aforementioned 707, no time frames on either. And on top of those, we have a TWA side of the house. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's like water and oil. Do not come together. If you know your airline history between TWA and PanAm. But anyway, we fly them. You have that option as well to fly for. That gives you the 737. L1011, sorry, I had a cough spell there. And I think that's it. But I'll have to double check. I don't do a lot of flying on the TWA side. I try to stick to PanAm, where they've got me kind of watching the house, if you will, here. So, but yeah, we got great technology, great stuff for you. We'd love for you to fly for us. If you like historical aircraft flying, and you know what? I haven't shown this one off much at all. There you go. Come fly with us. The TWA side is a bit more modern than the real TWA was, but that is by the design and so forth. So come fly with. We'd love you to come fly with us. Currently, I am about 37 minutes out, so I need to start doing my mathematics again and figuring out how much further to top a descent. Or cheat like a lot of people do and let the technology tell me. And I found that the technology is sometimes wrong. They're not geared for a star sometimes. So that's why. All right, I know Sim Toolkit will show it. Now, whether it's correct or not, that's a lot closer. I'm going to start somewhere between Bixby and Taurus. Okay, so let's get KAE on the monitor here, so I can get the VOR. 115.6. Oh, wouldn't you know, we're not close enough. Really? Oh, wait. 115, not 117. Yeah, Captain's not doing well today. Still not showing up. Wow. Maybe Atlantic will start getting numbers. Another quick way to find out, by the way, next page. Seatbelts. That we can do. We can be nice now and let them out.
Moments, the cabin crew will be passing through the cabin with hot or cold drinks, as well as a light meal. Alcoholic drinks are also available as a nominal charge. Sit back and relax and enjoy the flight.
So for those of you on Twitch, again, I'm going to kind of jump page here and go check us out there. It's in the chat. Also, VAMSIS, or it's basically go to VAM, Victor Alpha Mike, Sierra Yankee, Sierra.India Oscar, /register, /Papa Alpha Alpha. PAA for PanAm. Love to have you aboard. Select PanAm. Oh, did I say that too loud? Anyway, we'd love to have you aboard, even if you do fly for those wascally devils. I mean, airline, TWA.
Wow.
Hey, gotta have some fun. Especially when you put the two airlines that were...
They don't have any Airbuses on here?
For what? TWA? Never had Airbuses.
Or
PanAm had 300s and 310s, which I'm kind of shocked we don't, since there is a sim out there with both of them. The other one kind of walked away from us. We do, but we don't, Spaceman calls it. Oh, but yeah. The A300, A310s were with PanAm. And actually, you're in my schedule if we had them. I just haven't put them on the schedule because I don't have them to select. At one time, the A320 was... oh, you haven't unmothballed them. Ah. Okay, well, I can't fly them because they no longer play with X-Planes, so I don't even know if you can get them for X-Plane 11 like they used to. And the company I'm talking about is InBuilds, by the way, folks, if you didn't know. All right. Back to what I was getting ready to do. Click here, click INS, nearest DMEs, and I'm looking for KAE, I believe. Let's go to the next page. Okay, oh, next. $142 miles. Should come in here soon. So, and that's one of the things that gets really tricky is keeping the INSs up, the CDUs up to date. You have to do VORs. NDBs work. Currently, we're updating because we're on what's called GPS. It's so you don't have to work as hard as they did. And I don't even know if they would have pre-planned which VORs they're going to use en route. But when you get out over the oceans, there are none. So as you get those VORs set up so as far out as they'll go, as soon as they start reaching, they start the update process, as soon as they have a strong enough signal. And SIVA, I think, requires 2 different angles. I think. LTN does not. So, well, if I had one there, Spaceman, I would fly one of the A300s. By the way, I flew the A320 for TWA once. Actually, maybe twice. You have it?
Yeah. Or is that the 330? Never mind.
300. That would be a good alternative, the 330. But it is not in any way the same aircraft.
But it's in the 300 range.
Yeah, it is. About 40 years older than when the 300s came out. The original Airbus. I think I got it right. I think it's 40. All right, folks, give me a second. I'm going to go get something to drink to try to put this fire out that's in my throat. Wow, it's hurting again. So stand by. I'll be right back.
I was going to say, I guess they don't have one anymore.
All right, I'm back, folks. Okay, we are 26 minutes out. Huh, still not pulling that. Go ahead.
Didn't we used to have a 300 600?
300, 600?
300/600?
No, there was an A340 600.
I thought it was from any builds.
That 300. Not sure what in builds had.
I mean, like they didn't mean anything to explain anymore, but I thought that we used to have a Airbus 300-600.
I'll be honest, since I could never, get one, it might have been a Dash 600. I really don't know what in builds had. When they defected over to the other sim, I lost interest in them.
Yeah, because what's his name? Q8 Pilot has some videos on it for X-Plane 12.
I don't even think you can get them now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I know they used to exist.
Oh yeah, they do still. So, but that's fine. I'll enjoy Tolus, and maybe Tolus will come out with one. That would be kind of cool. Let me check my fuel level here. All right, things are looking good. And while we're here, let's get our minimums for this is 200 above. Okay, so we need at least 200 on the METAR and 550 meters on the visibility, and I think all of that's fine where we're at. Clear visibility. Okay, now realize this is what it is right now, and it is dark there. We've rolled the clock back about 12, 13 hours, so we could get a nice daylight run. While we're thinking about it, since we forgot last time, let's get this all set up. Load from the data sheet. Whoop. Yeah, we're on. No, we're not. We're on landing now. Okay. Looking at Gimpo. 3-2 right. It's 11,800. Or 100 feet. Current temperature 5. And the current wind 320. 5. All right, so we're going to be looking at a landing speed of 133 knots. We'll probably plan the approach between 150 and 145. Halfway down the runway. Yeah, why not? Let's go medium on the brakes. Okay, I'm shocked we still... Oh, there we got it. 56 miles finally out. Holy mackerel. All right, let's start thinking about the descent. We're about 20 minutes out. According to this. Now, granted, as we come down, that time does get longer. So we should be on the ground by no later than 3 o'clock. So, my time. 2000 Zulu, I believe that is. Ooh, look at that. Now, one other thing with PanAm Virtual that I don't talk a lot about because I have no plans anytime in the near future or future. But there is a DCS, Digital Combat Sim element to it. You'd have to talk to the man behind the curtain, Spaceman. Get you set up if you're looking for a group to join on DCS. We do at PanAm Virtual and TWA support, help support moving from one theater to another theater, but I kind of really just lost interest in it when I had so many troubles early on, and know that some of them will creep back in, coming back, and it's nothing that what I'll have troubles with will be nothing to do with the flight simulation more than what set up the accounts and all for it. So, yeah. All right, let me, what is going to be the heading of our ILS 324?
Oh wow.
What?
I got started before I start my engines.
What did you start?
Darn it.
Someone's coming at us here.
I guess I could restart it.
What, you didn't start the ACAR system?
What's that?
You didn't start the ACAR system? What's up?
No, like I pushed back and then I started it.
I don't
Or
think
I
that'll
tried
be
to
a
start.
problem, or is it being a problem?
I got to start it first before I start the engines. A thing popped up.
Ah. Or just shut the engines off. Make sure your APU is running and has, you know, electrical on, and then fire it up and then go from there. I've done that before for several VAs.
What did you say? That's a new thing. I would restart ACARs.
One thing you could do is wherever you're at on the taxiway, shut your engines off, make sure the APU is on, and then start your ACARs. I'm going to go ahead and I'm coming down. I'm getting a little nervous.
I hear music.
Yeah, I'm glad I initiated that descent. Holy mackerel. You hear music.
Is there any sound packs for TWA or PanAm?
He's working on TWA, but yeah, that if I don't know what you'll hear. I heard the one for PanAm. All right, can I hold anywhere? Oh, great. Bumsy. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't restart A cars. I just restarted my engines.
Good deal. Just gonna do a nice little 360 here. I'm just a little nervous we won't get down to 12,000 when we need it. Okay. All right, very much better. I'm much happier with the direction we're headed. All right, 14,000's transition at or above 12,000 at Agaba. Okay, we are squaring up now. Much better profile to make Agaba. So we are looking at roughly 73 miles to go. And that is to Anyang, which is not far from Gimpo. It's the only one really pulling in. Let's see if we can get Gimpo at least to pull in. Well, it's out there, but it's just too far out to give us an accurate DME. That's okay. What I'll do is put 1550 over here. So we're 70 miles from there, and that's probably a good 10 miles from the airport. So that's not bad. $4,000 will be at 12,000 at Taurus. So I just know that when we started that big circle, we would never ever have made 12,000, even close to it, let alone 8,000 at Bumsy. So I'm glad, you know, it'll be like it'll be. So I hope you've enjoyed Tokyo's Narita over to Gimpo here in South Korea. With PanAm Virtual, great airline. I hope you all, exclamation mark Papa Alpha Alpha Victor. We got a lot of great technology, ever evolving aircraft list with what's available out there. The 707 is covered. DC-6, I think, is also covered under the 1960s schedule. Don't quote me on that. I haven't looked at it deep enough to see. But the 1985 schedule we fly with for PanAm covers the 727s and the 747s. Hopefully there'll be an L-1011 out there. I think there might be, but again, I don't know. Our X-Plane where I fly does not have one. Rumor in X-Plane, Nimbus is working on a 707. There is a free 707-120 out there for you. 720 is the other way to look at it. So we're always trying to keep it up to date with the fleets.
1,000 level off. TWA
is also an airline with us, and they fly more of a modern style fleet with 737s, which TWA never had, but we, that's what's over there. 767s, 757s, MD-80s, of course, and I think there might be L-1011s in their schedule, not certain. So I don't fly a lot on that side. I kind of run the PanAm side of the house, kind of keeping things in order, while the CEO of the whole group looks after that. And as I said earlier, there is a digital combat sim set up here that you're more than welcome to inquire about and join if you're so into that. All right, let me take a look now at our descent checklist, make sure that's where I started over here and got hung up. Here we go. Seatbelts are on, exterior lights not yet. We're on medium, I believe. Yes. INS switch set, flight director set, landing data in, EPR will be set, fuel panel, no, we're not turning the fuel heat off just yet, cabin altitude checked, and circuit breakers set. All right, so we are set for arrival. Only thing I have to set is the frequency for the localizer when we turn towards it. Coming up here in about, what is it, 10, 15 miles? Oh, yeah, about 10 or 15 miles. All right, and just for those out there listening, if you're looking for bad weather, one, the website's back up and working, badweather dot whatever it is. Two, Narita had some pretty awful weather. Awesome if you want to shoot approaches in it. All right, we're starting the approach. 12,000 at Caribou, and then Egoba at 12,000. We'll slow to 250 and then begin coming down to 8,000 for Bumsy and the localizer glide slope. Giving you a little bit of an approach brief, and we're ready to go. One last check, exterior lights, auto brakes. We don't arcade. Oh, we have a center that came up. 28,325. Center Clipper 1-1 with you. We're at 12,000 for 3-2 right. Could you repeat for Clipper 1-1, please? 4310, Clipper 1-1. Really hate they make us do this when we're this close. Okay, Clipper 1-1 continuing. We'll down to 8,000 for 3-2 left.
Oh, sorry, 3-2 right, 3 right. Clear the ILS runway 3-2 right.
All right, cleared for the ILS 3-2 right, Clipper 1-1.
Good morning, this is Philippine 466 level 330 for each other.
Okay, now we'll set that frequency up. 10.7.
Looking for 66. Incheon control squawk 5607. Squawk 5607, Philippine 466. Race 312, heavy Incheon radar contact. Position over going left, maintain from number 370.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing. 10,000.
Looking 466 Incheon control radar contact. Position. Position 37 miles southeast of Sierra Oscar Tango Vortex. Descent to flight level 180, descent now. Roger, descent on level 180, Philippine 466.
To level off.
H102A, report the establishment localizer.
Well, report established on the localizer, Clipper 1-1 heavy.
Localizer alive.
It's the first time I flew this airplane this year. In a while.
Really?
Yeah, I had to make sure it was updated. I don't know, I love the Airbuses now, man.
And center Clipper 1-1 heavies on the ILS for 3-2 right.
This is for Clipper 1-1 heavy, Hunji airport release retrial.
Continuing
these,
3-2 right, Clipper 1-1. I'm sorry, what was that?
How do you get these things to work, these radars? You
Flaps
gotta
1.
click on the WXR?
Yep. That's what you
Flaps
gotta
5.
do.
And then if there's weather, it should automatically pop up.
Affirm. You can use the M key on your keyboard to find out if you got any in your area. I got the runway in sight. Hold on, that can't be the runway. I think it's that weird cloud thing it does. All right, let's go
Flaps 10.
flaps 10. About to catch up to Bobank, and we are closing in on the right altitude.
Feedback.
I'll be here.
1000 to level off. Flaps 20. Gear down. Gears down, green light.
I still don't have a runway. We're about, what we say, 10 at this point. We're about 10 miles out, and I still am not 100% sure on a runway. But we are on course.
Clear for 11 heavy, wind 320 and 5, runway 32 right, clear to land.
Cleared to land, 3-2 right, clipper 1-1 heavy.
Average 312 heavy, clear to Lima Alpha, November Alpha.
Terrain,
Echo.
terrain. Pull up.
I got a runway.
Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
Pull up.
Okay, 7-mile final. Cleared to land. Altitude's dumped, or pressurization's dumped. Okay, plane is mine.
Man, it even tells you what OS I'm using.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, pretty intuitive. We're drifting.
$1,000.
Will be landing shortly. Please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Looking for a question. Looking for 66, continue descent to 1000, QNH 1028.
500.
1000, QNH 1028, Philippine 466.
Approaching minimums.
Okay, we're stable and landing.
Minimums.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
50.
Pull up.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Check reverse.
Not show the people anymore on here?
In what,
Auto
SIBO?
brake off.
Yeah.
You gotta turn that on.
Well, I thought I
Out,
did. It
off,
said
reverse.
show.
60 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination airport. Please remain seated until the captain has switched on the fasten.
And center Clipper 11's off at Delta 2 for international parking.
Clipper 1 Heavy, where are you parking today?
International terminal.
Clipper 1, that's to Sandy, whatever you want. There has to be a pop-up flight, November 2.
Papa 5 November 2 to stand of my choice, Clipper 11. Thanks.
Philippine 466, turn left heading 150. Left heading 150, Philippine 466.
Flaps 1. Flaps up.
After landing checklist.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Body gear steering.
Philippine 466, continue descent to 5.
Arm.
Auto brakes.
Philippine 466.
Damn. Off.
Cabin ready.
Ignition.
Off.
Engine and wing anti-ice.
Off.
Radar and transponder.
Stand by.
Flaps.
Up.
Spoilers.
Hold on. Parking brake set. Down.
Stabilizer trim.
7 units.
Outflow valves. Open. Pressurization mode selector. Manual. Aft cargo heat. This. Off. APU. Check. Checklist completed.
All right. Let's see here. Let's get these engines turned off.
Cockpit to ground. Put the chocks on.
Chocks are on.
Cockpit to ground. Connect ground power.
Confirm what heading again, Philippine 466. Heading 300 at descent 3,600.
Ground power connected.
That looks like we can't get the jetway. Either too far out or not working in this gate. Go figure. All right, well, we're here, folks. That's all that matters. All right, let's get up here.
Cabin crew, disarm slides. Cabin crew, doors may be opened.
Be careful when opening the luggage bins, as hand luggage may have shifted during flight and could fall out. Please check the seat bucket.
All right, we're...
Thank you for joining us and looking forward to seeing you on board
All right, I hope y'all enjoyed it. That was a fun flight. Let's see what Pegasus came up with. 128 feet a minute, 1.2 on the G's. About pitch 3 up, roll a little bit to the, oh, wow, looks good, looks good. Completing the flight and submitting. Bear with me 1 second, I'm going to check this out. And then I'm going to kill the radio. Sorry, folks. Uh-oh. Why is there a number 1 here? It's the airplane they told me. Oh, it's awaiting a review. It's tail number 747 Papa Alpha. Oh well. We got looks like a pretty good flight here. Looking through it all, I'll come back to it later. Hang on a second. Let me get down here to Phoenix. There we go. All right, let's take a look at it from the standpoint. Well, you know what? Let's start unloading. Let's do that. Start deplaning. Deplaning. No, not deplane. Deplane. And we'll start the unload. Oh, but anyway, hey, welcome to Gimpo, folks, here in South Korea, Seoul. All right, let's bring in Elevatech. Actually, stand by. All right, there we go. And they'll close, by the way, automatically again, too. Oh, there's Elevatech. Arrived. Gate 36. Let's go ahead, complete. And let's go look at the flight now. Okay, 125 feet a minute, ground speed 125. That was a slight bit too slow, and 1G recorded by him. Hey, we'll take it. Look at that. Well, okay. They use a different system than we do in America. That's 1,500 feet or so down the runway where the landing marks are, the aiming points. In the U.S., we use 1,000. Most countries use 1,500 feet. That is a very good landing spot. Love it. Looks like right on the center line. We'll find out from Sim Toolkit here in a minute. But overall, that was a good approach, good landing, and boy, that was fun. All right, let's pull that out, get to the official scorekeeper, Sim Toolkit. 130 feet a minute, 125 feet. So you can see the general gist of it. They both kind of match up, completing our little circle up here. Okay, we'll get to view details. 2.5 hour flight, 600 miles, 25,000 kilograms of fuel. And for the landing report, oh yeah, and we're actually, no, wanted us on 3-2 left. Of course. But again, looking at it, we're a couple feet off the center line, so no complaints on my side. So numbers all look really good. So I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a very fun and a very enjoyable flight. Great company aboard. We had aviation with Herbie follow us. Looks like Spaceman. I somehow missed that. 2 hours ago, resubscribed. My bad, sir. And Cadet 4320, welcome in and thanks for the follow as well. Pratt PT6 applauded several hours ago. We sure appreciate you. And folks, we appreciate each and every one of you that came aboard. If you're new to Flying with Mike and haven't done so already, here on Twitch, click that follow button. That'll let you know when we're live next time, which will be tomorrow. The game plan is Las Vegas to Minneapolis in the A320. If time permits, maybe another flight, but it's hard to say. If you're watching us on YouTube, hey, hit that subscribe button if you like what you've seen, if you haven't already, and thumbs up it. We'd love the feedback. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. This was really, really a fun flight. Would have been great if the jetway connected, but you know, that's how things go sometimes. Are those supposed to be birds? Huh. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy. And we'll see you again tomorrow, 1600 Zulu. You do the math for your time zone. It's 11 o'clock Central Daylight Time, U.S., if you're in the same one. So y'all have a great night. God bless you all. And thank you again for being a part of Flying with Mike. See you tomorrow.